Saturday morning. We're at Orinda Car Show. Just arrived about 15 minutes ago. We brought the Aston sitting there. This is a 1959. We'll take you around the event for the day. All right, here we go. It's only 8:35 right now. Pretty E-type Jaguar. The Aston. That just arrived on a 100 with swoopy windscreen. Those things were a gas when they were new. Oh, this one has it too. You can see the brackets there. I have one of these at home, a race car. A Mini, a Super 7, an early Triumph. Oh wow, a Mark II Spitfire. Don't see those anymore. Wow. And the last of the MGBs. And some funny looking MGB over there. Pretty. We'll go chat her up in a minute here. Okay, it's now 9:25 and we're getting some more cars. There's a GT, another GT of some sort. The anniversary edition. Another rubber bumper baby bunker car. Healy 3000. A Bugatti. Oh, and a world famous Land Rover. Oh, and here's how it was found, right? Oh, yours truly there, right? We got German cars on next to it. What else we got down there? Oh, we'll wander down there in a minute. More English cars have arrived. So we got an Aston and a Morgan. Yeah. I won't go down there. Those Miata things, they breed when they come into a parking lot. A couple of rollers.
Yeah, I'll be around here.
3-liter Aston Martin. This is a JB24 Mark III. And Richard Green, which was my dad, did all the restoration work in the 70s. Oh, and here's a new Aston Martin fan right here.
And you say your family because this car has been in your family for a long time.
My dad was a resident engineer for Aston Martin for all of North America from 1958 till February 1960.
Okay.
And this was the second of the company cars. We got this one when I was 18 months old.
And for whatever reason, he kept this car as opposed to turning it in.
No, he did not.
Okay.
When David Brown sold the tractor division, David Brown Tractor Division to Case, my dad lost his office, hence he lost his job. And so the car disappeared, it was sold off. And Dad joined the Rover Motor Company a few weeks later and stayed there for 30 years. And in the meantime, we were in a Land Rover one day in Oakland looking for an Aston. And I'm sitting in the back of the Land Rover and I said, hey, there's an Aston behind that fence. So we stopped and Dad and George get out and they're peering through and there's this was red at the time. And he goes and opens the door, and if you look here on the toolbox, see the extra spark plugs?
Right.
Right, we had hot plugs and cold plugs. So Dad opens the hood, and I'm 13 at the time. And Dad says, "Hey, that's mine. It's supposed to be my company car." And he looks down here and says, "It's 166."
So this is your dad's company car, and you guys found it in Oakland, sitting in a yard.
Yeah, paid $450 for it.
That's a lot of money. $450.
It was $9,000 new.
$9,000 new in 1959.
Yeah.
Think about how much that was.
It was. It was a lot of money. It was more than a 250 Ferrari.
And that's something to say. And the other thing for people who don't know, when you see an Aston Martin, it says DB. Everybody always thinks of the James Bond car, which is DB5. The DB stands for David Brown. He was the guy who kind of put Aston Martin on the map.
Oh, he was, very much so. He bought it as the war was ending. And my mother's second ever job, she went to work for Aston Martin in January 1949, and she was the one and only secretary of the racing department until she came to America in 1956. And I'm gonna toot her horn for a second here. She knew all these now dead famous race drivers, as did my dad. My dad was a race mechanic there. But my mom's sponsor into America was none other than Tony Paravano. If you go look up Tony, you'll still find the wanted posters for him on the internet.
And people may not know this, but Carroll Shelby, was a racer before he started Shelby Mustang and the Shelby Fords and the GT, and he raced for Aston Martin.
But this picture here in the bottom with the 22 car, that's the car that Shelby and Ferrer drove at Le Mans in '54, and that's my dad taking it through tech inspection.
So your father took Carroll Shelby's Le Mans car through inspection the year he raced, and he had a bad ticker that year. He was taking nitro pills for his heart.
Well, more so in '59.
Okay.
More so in '59, he was taking nitro pills down the Mulsanne at about 175 miles an hour.
If you guys see the movie Ford versus Ferrari, there's a great little backstory of that of Carroll Shelby from his racing days. It's a really well done movie, but.
So here's the killer. If you watch Ford versus Ferrari since you opened the door, in 1955 season, my dad left Aston Martin Racing and went to MG Racing, and he was the number 2 guy now. And he was doing the development driving for the EX182, which became the MGA. But they had to hire 6 drivers for Le Mans 1955, which unfortunately was the year of the big wreck.
55 was the year of Le Mans when there was a huge crash, and that's the year Mercedes said, "We're not going racing anymore because so many people died."
LeVay went into the crowd with the Mercedes.
That's right.
So Dad hires these 6 drivers. One of them's Ken Miles.
Pretty cool. So Ken Miles is you guys again. You go Ford versus Ferrari. Ken Miles is the guy who developed the Ford GT.
Right.
And did
He was doing all the donkey work. My dad would say.
Carroll right-hand man.
So Carroll, Ken became an MG driver at Le Mans, and while they were there, he convinced my dad he had to come to America. In 1955, and Miles was a sponsor.
Amazing. Well, I gotta say thank you for bringing the car today. It's nice to see this. It's an unusual car to have here, to have an Aston Martin DB2, 3. These are 2.4. 2.4. So Mark 3.
Mark 3.
These are hard to find cars, so I appreciate you bringing it.
Yeah, fabulous cars.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, we're going to have an interview here in a second, and it's all about this 1959 Aston Martin. Now it's just magically closed up. Monza. Well, the only person I know has been to Monza is my dad. Neat Ferrari. All right, gotta have Smokey and the Bandit car. You can't not have it on film. It's even got the crazy plate on the front. See? But I'll bet it doesn't say Band 1 on the back, right? We'll go look. Wonder where that car actually went. Oh, it's got a 6.6, this one. And it's a stick shift. Wow. Had to get a picture of the Boss 302. The color is just obnoxiously loud and lovely, right? And it's got it's a real one. Look at that, right? See, you look at the yellow, you look at the red, you look back at the yellow. Yeah, okay, it's got to be yellow. Dun, 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 dun. I like the paint.
Yeah.